Kuan just dropped a bombshell about Yella Beezy, and it's got everybody side-eyeing him heavy. The streets have already been talking about betrayal, but now we finally got some confirmation straight from Kewon himself. He recently did a prison interview with Game 101, and let's just say, he wasn't holding back. If you read between the lines, it's clear there's more to the story than what's been put out. First off, Kewon talked about how he was getting money and rapping before he got locked up. He mentioned rapping with Ducky P, Boozy's artist who also got taken out, and admitted he blamed himself for some of the stuff that went down before he got locked up. That's key because it hints that he knew there was tension in the streets before Mo3 even got touched. But what really stands out is when they asked him if he had the right team around him before all this went down, and his response wasn't exactly confident. That alone makes you wonder, was he rocking with the wrong people and did Yella betray him? Then, when they brought up the Mo3 hit, Kewon was straight up. He said folks can believe what they want, but he knows what he did and didn't do. And that right there is interesting, because if you really did something, you either deny it completely or stay silent.
People gonna say what they gonna say regardless. You know how the world is. Like, people gonna say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I did. I know what I did. You know what I'm saying? So, I really can't say.
But Kewon seemed frustrated, like people put him in a position he didn't control. He even hinted at people thinking he was the fall guy, which just adds more layers to the situation. I mean, Kewon tried to paint a picture of innocence by telling the differences between him and the guy who was caught on camera.
You don't got the tattoo on your neck. How tall are you?
I'm only 5'8".
5 who?
5'8".
Okay. Well, yeah, the guy was a little taller in the video.
As you can tell, Kewon straight up denied being the shooter. Even though most people online and even law enforcement think he pulled the trigger, he said that wasn't him. But his name popped up in the grand jury referral that got Yella Beezy arrested, so clearly, authorities believe he played a role. Now here's where it gets even deeper. Kewon made it clear that he felt betrayed, but not just by certain people, by Yella himself. He didn't spell it out directly, but the way he talked about loyalty and the way things played out, it's obvious he felt like Yella Beezy switched up on him. Whether it was street politics, personal issues, or something else behind the scenes, it's clear Kewon believes Yella moving a certain way led to the situation escalating the way it did. That right there explains a lot about the energy Kewon had in that interview. He wasn't just talking about being in jail. He was talking about being crossed by someone he once rocked with. One thing's for sure, Kewon knows more than what he's saying, and his frustration is loud. If he ever decides to fully spill, a lot of folks might start sweating. If Yella really put a bag on Mo3's head and hired Kewon to do the job, then the real question is, did he actually pay up? Cause from the looks of it, Kewon is sitting in jail with nothing to show for it. If anything, it's looking like Yella left him hanging. Like, let's keep it real. If Kewon did this for the money, that means there was supposed to be a deal in place. You don't just take a risk like that for free. But now, he's locked up doing 9 years on gun charges and ain't no mention of him getting taken care of. Meanwhile, Yella was out free for years before finally getting indicted just a few days ago. So what happened to that bag that the feds are talking about? If the money ain't hit, if Yella ain't hold him down, then what's stopping him from flipping the script? We might be witnessing that right now.
Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo3.
And just like that, Yella Beezy got snatched up 4 years after Mo3's murder, and now they're saying he put a bag on his head back in November 2020. Mo3 was 28 at the time and basically got hunted down. Dude was being followed in traffic, and when he realized what was up, he tried to run for his life, but the shooter was on him, caught up and fired a shot straight to the back of his head.
This all happened back in 2020. And just before noon, on the middle of Interstate 35, just south of the Dallas Zoo, Dallas police arrested a 22-year-old and charged him with murder. Initially, that 22-year-old's in federal prison, convicted of gun charges, but now, 5 years later, they say he was the trigger man.
Dallas police later released surveillance footage of the suspect, and it didn't take long before they identified him. It was Kewon. A few months later, Kewon was arrested. Then another dude, Devin Brown, got caught up too. Turns out Devin was mad that Mo3 had messed with a woman he was involved with, and she later turned into a witness. On top of that, there was another witness who claimed Devin had been pressing for Mo3's location multiple times before the hit. Once the investigators started digging, they found a bunch of calls between Devin and Kewon, making it look like Devin was feeding Kewon intel intel to get the job done. Fast forward to March 18th, 2025, and a Dallas grand jury indicted Yella for paying Kewon to take Mo 3 out. Now, here's where it gets even messier. Nobody saw Yella being tied to a murder, let alone more than one. But then, recently, a pic started floating around of him with Jacoby Russell, one of the guys arrested for killing rapper Get Money Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter. Yella hopped on IG real quick to say it was just a picture, that he takes photos with randoms all the time, and to tell people not to play with his name. But here's the thing, this ain't even the first time he's been caught posted up with a killer. Back in 2020, just days after Kewon got arrested, a photo surfaced from what looked like a music video shoot. And who was in the background? Kewon himself, holding a rifle. Another rapper named Jose Bodega, who's tight with Yella, was also in the pic. He later said in an interview that Kewon just wanted a feature. But get this, after Mo 3 was killed, Kewon dropped a song that seemed to hint at the murder, and guess who was featured? Jose Bodega. At this point, Kewon was already moving wild. He wasn't just out here doing hits. Dude was out on bond for shooting at his then transgender girlfriend around the same time he was hired to go after Mo 3. But karma came quick because Kewon ended up getting hit with a 105-month federal sentence on firearm charges. Devin got 80 months for the same thing, and they're both still fighting their murder charges in Texas. Now, as for Yella, it's still not clear what exact evidence ties him to the hit, but one thing's for sure, somebody is talking. Everybody used to be cool, but now one's dead, one's locked up, and another might be on the run. Yella Beezy's future is looking real shaky right now, and honestly, things aren't going in his favor. If he really put a bag on Mo 3's head, he's looking at one of the most serious charges possible in Texas. Plus, there's almost no chance he's fighting this case from his home. The dude was slapped with a $2 million bond, and that's no small amount. Right now, he's expected to go to trial, but according to court documents, he hasn't even secured legal representation yet. If he doesn't move fast, things could go south for him real quick. Don't get it twisted, Texas does not play when it comes to capital M, especially when money is involved. Beezy could be looking at life in prison without parole, or even the death penalty. Either way, this isn't just a regular charge that he can talk his way out of. The evidence reportedly includes phone records and surveillance footage, meaning this case could be a long, drawn-out battle. At this point, his career, his freedom, and his entire future are all up in the air. The real question is, can he beat this, or is this the end of the road for Yella Beezy? What do y'all think? Is he ever beating the case, and did he stab Kewon in the back? Let us know about it down below.